everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is ELLEMARLEIGH and it is my second official speed build. This one here is a little bit of a challenge that I took on. I decided I wanted to make more of a smaller home versus how I did with my last build, which was an 8-bedroom, 6-bath home. This one here is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and it is a 1-story house, so it does end up being a little bit larger looking once the layout is complete, but I assure you that any sim will be able to move in here with their family and be able to grow into it, and they will love it. Another challenge that I decided to take on with this build was to change the style of the home. I'm usually someone who builds more of the craftsman farmhouse style houses with the light, bright, and airy feel with the shutters and all of that jazz. So this one here is more of a Tuscan deserty vibe, I guess you could say. I think it ends up being pretty on point, if you ask me. I was able to add this great courtyard here in the front yard as well as one on the side yard, which end up being one of my favorite parts of the home. I just loved being able to decorate both of them, and just they ended up being perfect. I think the side courtyard is probably my favorite. I think any family will love to be able to hang out there and just kind of eat their dinner on a warm summer night or anything like that. I think it ends up being perfect. So the layout of the entire home, I was inspired by some model homes that I've seen where you walk in and you have 2 separate wings off of the front foyer area. And to the left you'll have the master bedroom and master bathroom, and then over to the right you'll have the other 2 bedrooms. I think this is a great way to just separate the 2 areas as far as from the parents to the kids or anything else that you have on the other side of the house. And then you have the rest of the common living area as far as dining room, kitchen, and the family room. So with the decorations and design elements of this home, I was really trying to decide. I wanted to go with the entire vibe again of like deserty Tuscan feel. But with the dining room, I did make it a little bit different with the different contrast in wood. So I have the lighter and the darker wood just to make it a little more bright in here just because of how many windows there are. But then once I moved over to the kitchen area, I ended up adding the darker wood cabinets and upper cabinets, and then just the white countertops just to add that bit of contrast and just make it a little bright in there as well. I just can't seem to pull the trigger as far as making it completely dark, and I can't do it. It's too much for me. But I end up loving how it turns out. I just added a window here over the sink area before I move on over to the family room. With the family room, I was really trying to figure out if I wanted to continue with this light and airy kind of feel again, but I remembered about my challenge that I challenged myself with, and I first start with this lighter couch, but then I find this gorgeous fireplace that has more of a blue tile work on it, and then a rug that I felt like really fit the rest of the style of the home, and I felt like it could be a really great focal point. So I ended up changing the couch to a navy blue color, which I honestly think is perfect. It really ties the entire room together. And I just decided to make a reading nook over in the corner with this dark wood bookcase and a chair with a lamp behind it. And quite honestly, it's so cute and perfect. I love it. I think I could say everything's adorable and perfect, but you know what? I really will try not to. But then over on the other side of the room, I just added this chessboard here. I think it's turning out perfectly because quite honestly, any other house that I would have these different activities would have separate rooms for them or anything like that. And then I just kind of go back into the kitchen to make it a little more lived in. This is something that I do not usually do. I just like things clean and nothing, like I guess sparse. I like sparseness. I like a model home feel. And then I just add some quick design elements to the dining room before I move on over to the first bedroom. I decided that this first bedroom here would be a child's bedroom. At first you can see I have a double bed in here that is quite large for the space, so I ended up changing it to a twin-size bed, being with the same color scheme though, and same dark wood. I wanted it to be more of a cabin vibe in this room and just kind of cozy, but I did add some more of modern flair as far as with the light and the bookshelf here. I wanted it to make a little reading nook area for the child, and so I really love though what I ended up doing with the chair. It ended up being this cute little bear, and it definitely looks like a little grizzly bear, and I think I love it even more because I had one of these bear chairs as a child, and oh man, love it. And then I just kind of moved around the room, and I made a desk here for the child to do their homework or maybe read as well, or do anything else that their heart desires at a desk. Maybe they're gonna write a story. I don't know. And then I just went around the room and added some quick decor pieces to the walls. I didn't want to make it too mature because I didn't know how old the child was going to be yet, but I did add some posters as well as some movie posters here on the back wall, more of a focal point when you walk into the room. And then over here above the bed, I added some shelves. Hopefully nothing falls on the child as they're sleeping, but I did just add some small accessories to the shelf and some pops of color for the red vibe of the room. And then I found these postcards that I hung above the bed. I thought this was something a child would most definitely do, and hang postcards above their bed from travels with their family. And then just added a few pieces here to the bookshelf with some more pops of red, and then just moved over to the paint color. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'm sold on this pink color still now that I'm looking at it again. But you know what? I will live with it. It's okay. And then afterwards, I moved over to the second bathroom of the home. Since this is the main bathroom that guests would be using, I definitely wanted to make it more of a light and airy kind of feel in here. So I went with this like light mint color, I guess, like greenish color, and then just went with the leafy wallpaper that came with one of the updates a few weeks ago. And then I moved over to the master bedroom. I finally decided on having the layout be that the bed would be directly in front of you when you walked in. And at first I had this dull gray color of a bedroom, and I was like, this is not gonna work. And I wanted something a little more bright and happy, so I found this green dresser, and I loved how distressed it looked. So I ended up deciding to go with like a lime green kind of vibe of a room. I don't know, it's kind of not my first choice, but I really love how it ended up being. And then this wall here, I was like, it needs something here. I don't want to put another window. So I ended up deciding to go with, I was like, wow, there's a lot of green art pieces. I should definitely make a gallery wall. So I've picked all of the green pieces out, and I made this like gallery wall here of lime green pieces with a cute little clock on top. And I don't know, I just really love how it turned out. And then I just added some smaller pieces around the room to add a little bit more to the lime green feel. So I added a mirror as well as a few pieces above the dresser just to make it a little more lived in. You should be proud of me. I don't do this normally. I'm very proud of myself, quite honestly. I'm like, look at me go. You know, I'm gonna get better. Don't worry, I got this. And then I just moved over to the bathroom. So once I moved over to the bathroom, I decided in this bathroom here, I didn't want to make it too crazy like the bedroom. So I definitely made it more of a neutral color with just the white walls and the gray bath mat. And then once I moved over back to the bedroom with the wall color there, I didn't want to make anything too crazy again. And I was pretty happy with how far out of the comfort zone I've already stepped. So I was like, all right, I'll just do gray walls with an accent wall of this greenish kind of wood color. Definitely something I would not normally do, but I'm pretty proud of myself, honestly. I'm really proud of myself. I hope you guys are too. And then I moved over to the small little area off to the one side of the hallway and just added a mirror with a side table, some lights, and some small accessories on top of the table. I ended up adding some wall decor over the top of the side table, and I laugh every time I see this one piece of artwork because the boy in it reminds me of Will from Stranger Things, and I laugh every time I see it. I'm like, hey Will, what's up? But I don't know, I think it's great. And then I just added the ship to the top of the table as well, and I don't know, I just like the cluttered kind of look, which is a big step for me. I just added some wall art over here to the hallway, off to the common area, and just a runner rug. And then I moved finally to the last bedroom. I put this off to the last room just because I didn't know what I wanted to do in here at first. I ended up adding this gorgeous desk, and I knew I wanted to make it more of a workspace or study space. At first I thought, oh, I'll make it a library, but then did not like how that turned out. But I still wanted to go with that library vibe. So I ended up adding the computer, like I said, and then just some couches as well as some music and arts pieces that I could use as a place for the family to kind of come together, play some music, make art, or maybe write a story, or just sit down to read. I thought it ended up turning out to be really nice, and I don't know, the vibe in there is definitely something that I could see even myself wanting to go and hang out in. Finally, moving on to the outside of the house, I ended up going with this distressed brick colored exterior paint, and then just adding a some few accent pieces to the roof line. FYI, you will see that I did not put the making of the roof on this video because I did not enjoy making this roof. I don't like the roof process. It's silly to me. Anyways, so once I created that, I came back to the front of the house and I got to make the first little courtyard, which is so exciting. I added this fence to it, and I think everyone in their lifetime should have a courtyard at one point and just have like a little gate. It just feels so cozy, and I don't know, it's a really fun little vibe. And then I just added some lights, and then I thought, you know what, this courtyard needs a fountain. Everyone else needs a fountain in their life as well. Courtyards and fountains. It's the perfect little mixture. So I just added that, and then I came to the actual landscaping. And like I mentioned in my last video, I'm never someone who does too much landscaping. Usually whenever I build a house, I will sometimes do the landscaping over time and kind of just add things here and there when I come to a decision of what I actually want to build. So with this, I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I didn't want to do too many crazy things because I didn't really know what a desert landscape would exactly look like, I guess. So I didn't want to do too much color if that's not what it does. But then I decided, you know what? Who cares? I have seen full-on lawns in a desert and ridiculous colors and this and that. And I've also just seen rock in deserts. So you know what? I decided I'm going for it. I added this fun little bench here, and then a little pathway over to it, and then just fun colors of these plants. I really loved the orange kind of look, and then just some palm trees here and there. It's kind of funny, all they are is sticks when you are this far, or when you're this far, I guess, low down. It's kind of funny to me. But you know what? I like how it turned out. I was thinking maybe I should add a tree, but yeah, I decided just palm trees. That's where it's at. And then I ended up moving over to the other side of the house where the other courtyard is, and decided to figure out what to do here. So I added the brick wall here again. And then once I got onto the inside of the courtyard, I decided it needed this fun like little mosaic tile pieces. And then I was like, the back of the by the wall, it needs something. So I was like, you know what? It's the perfect spot for a fountain. Another fountain. Yes, another fountain. And then just added some fun little landscaping here to the front. Again, added some color. I wanted it to be kind of fun and festive in here just because this is where I pictured having a table with an umbrella where the family could come and eat dinner or breakfast or lunch or whatever, have their coffee. So I definitely wanted to make it a fun place to be I actually really love how it turned out. I want to sit out there. It's so cute. And then I just moved back to the front yard again. I needed something over the front of the house because it didn't have like a true front porch, I guess. But I really like that I added this like little trellis, and then I just added some fun landscaping around the fountain, as well as I made some spaces by the front gate for a little bit of some flowers, as well as by the front door. I felt like it just needed something there. It was too much concrete, I guess. It just needed some more color. And then after this, I just added some fun landscaping around the house. Again, I didn't really know what I was going for. I kind of feel like I might go back in there and change a bit of it, because looking at it again, it's a little squished looking in some areas, but I do like how it turned out. And then I moved to the backyard, and I just added this quick patio overhang to match the front of the house. So it's this trellis kind of vibe. And then I decided to add a pool over to the side of the house. I was actually really happy to find out that a pool does fit here. It was an original goal that I had for the house, so I do love how it turned out. And then I just added the tile around it with a few of like the ladder, and then I decided to add the turtles to the bottom of the pool just to add another fun element to it. And then I went on and just started adding landscaping around it, and I didn't want to go crazy, but then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go crazy. I don't even care. And I knew I needed something over to the right of the pool here, so I added some fountains. At first I thought, oh, I could add it to be connected to the pool, but I did not like how it turned out like that, so I just decided to keep it like that. It was kind of fun to have two separate elements in that sense. And then just added some more palm trees, some rocks, and more landscaping. I did kind of enjoy how it started to look more of like overgrown kind of feel, but adding some pops of color here and there. So I decided then to add the fence. I didn't know if I wanted to go all the way around the house or if I wanted to add a different type of fence. I ended up going with the original fence that I started with, and then I enclosed the entire yard. On the other side of the yard, I decided to add some grass and just add a fun area for the kids. So I just added the monkey bars here, and then right in front of the sliding glass door, I decided to add some garden boxes and just some fun little garden accessories with this table here. So some seed packs and just some watering cans and some other gardening accessories, and just a little small chair. So once I added these things, I realized that the patio area was kind of becoming a little cluttered, and I wanted to add a hose as well to the exterior wall. So I ended up deleting the original barbecue that I had there. And then I just went back in and added a few small details to the rest of the house that I had thought of while I was decorating the outside. But I wanted to make sure that I kind of stayed in line as far as with what I was doing, because this speed build would be all over the place if I did that. But I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know what you think. And this house will be available for you to download in the Sims Gallery. My ID is ELLEMARLEIGH, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.